Hey, can you hear me now? Hey, can you hear me now? All right. I think I've got everything dialed in. All right. I think I've got everything dialed in. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Vault. This is Josh coming back with a brand new streamed video. If you can hear me, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, a hallelujah, or a yes in the chat box, please. KR, you got me. Okay. All right. Now, as you see here, the indictment was filed on the 27th, and the indictment was returned by a grand jury. So this actually went through, everything happened, and you know when the feds are on you, it's serious, right? Now, one thing I thought was interesting in here is they actually have an estimated time of trial, which is 4 days. Now, can you guys do me a favor in the chat and let me know if super chats are available there? I don't know if I need to turn that on for future or whatever. Especially if I end up in Florida, I'm going to need all the help I can get. Okay, so they rescheduled the hearing to the 10th, thanks to the lovely Wendy. She told me about the change. It was originally the 11th. They rescheduled to the 10th. And like I said, this is federal. And this is, let's see, hold on, I'm reading a comment. Hello, hope you're well. Keep up the great work from UK. All right. All right, UK. I love it. We have one guy from Germany, Ron Tuchinski. Okay, so rescheduled for the 10th. Thank you, Wendy, for the update. Excuse me, allergies are crazy in California. All right, so this is the grand jury indictment that came through. Oh, good. Super chat's available. Thank you, Smudge. I love that username, by the way. I love it. Thank you, Wendy. Mr. I make well over 6 and 7 figures running a business with 35 vehicles. Only claim like 15K in taxable income. Absolute joke. Yeah. All right, so grand jury charges. Now, so this is a grand jury indictment, which means somebody went in front of the grand jury, presented evidence, and they came back and said, yes, proceed with an indictment. Jeremy resided in and around Orlando, Florida. We all know that. Actually, Kissimmee to be exact. The IRS is the one that is going after him. Between at least, now this is key to me right here, at least January 2016 and December 2018, Dewitte was the sole owner of Metro State Special Services, funeral procession, escort / 50/50 business, 50/50 that highway, mortuaries, to furnish vehicle escorts, typically between funeral location and burial location. Let's see. For the years 2016, 2017, and 2018, Dewitte filed Forms 1040 with IRS that purported to report, among other things, Metro State's gross receipts. But in fact, the gross receipts that Dewitte reported were materially less than Metro State's actual gross receipts in each of those years. Now, here is what Smudge is a nickname from the British Army. I love it. The first thing that came up in my mind was the allegations of Jeremy giving kickbacks to I forget what you call them, but the people that run the funeral homes. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but that's kind of the impression that I get is he was giving kickbacks. Now, obviously, he made more than 17 or 18,000 even after kickbacks. He was doing 3-4 a week. And I would assume that each one would pay, I don't know. There's one where he talked about how much it was per driver per event. So say he did 10 escorts a week for everything. I would say before, just gross receipts, this is what they're talking about. I would say he's probably bringing 30,000 a month in gross receipts. So this would be my guess. So that's $360,000 a year, which is probably how he qualified to buy his house. Okay, counts 1 and 2. Grand jury alleges incorporates by reference the allegations contained in paragraph 1 through 5. On or about the date set forth in the table below, the Middle District of Florida and elsewhere, the defendant willfully made and subscribed and filed and caused to be filed the IRS the following false U.S. individual income tax returns, IS Forms 1040, which were verified by a written declaration that they were made under penalties of perjury and which Dewitte did not believe to be true and correct as to every material matter. See, the tax returns reported gross receipts or sales from Dewitte's funeral procession escort business, Metro State Special Services, and the amounts set forth below. So he claimed in 2018, 19,305 in gross receipts. And for 2018, 17,100. Don't know what happened to the other year, but whatever. And then this here is the actual indictment that was set forth, right? Here's the actual indictment. Now they block out the foreperson here, but set forth on March 27, 2024. So this is serious. Like, this is really a serious thing. Hey, nice to see you, Stream. Hey, Militia 3333. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm happy to be doing it. Somebody had asked me in the comments, I don't know if that was you or somebody else, but somebody was asking me, hey, do you ever stream? And I typically don't, just because I don't know. I just haven't. But yeah, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. Now, okay, it was you, John Claude. This is how they nailed Al Capone. I don't know if Jeremy's quite an Al Capone, but he sure is a douche, isn't he? Smudge, that sounds about right. Been so long since I watched that video. All right. All right, so I'm going to be following closely just to kind of see how things in the federal world kind of come to be. Now, I am planning on going to the trial. Now, I started. Whoa, look at that. Holy moly. I started a GoFundMe for this, and whoever Glenn is, like, Glenn, I love you. Thank you. Let me pop this in the chat if you guys want to donate. You don't have to. Don't feel obligated. It's just going to help me to get to the trial. You know, I am finally monetized, which is good. I made a couple $100 last month, so that'll go towards it. But I don't know how much all this is going to cost. I'm guessing about $1,500 in about a week's time. So hotels, getting there, doing all that. When I looked at the airlines, they're about $600-700. Probably going to be about that in hotels. But yeah, so if you guys want to help out, that would be great. I put the link in the chat. I'd really appreciate it. You got my name. So got that. Where is? Hold on, I've got a. I found this FDLE. I thought this was so funny. So I was searching earlier because my Pacer account was locked out, and so I was searching for federal charges to apply Spirit. Yeah, I'm not. I want to live, Wendy. I want to live. I'm not going Spirit. So yeah. I was searching federal indictments for Jeremy, and I just thought this was funny because it came up, and it gives you all of his offenses, right? It doesn't have the most recent one, but these are all the ones that he's been convicted of. So he has his original in 2005, right? So I believe that's his adjudication date. I believe it was in 2003 when he committed the crime. So I believe it was 2003 he committed the crime. So obviously the very good advice, Wendy. Yeah. I believe it took about 1.5 years for them to finally adjudicate everything. It's 2004, 2005. Everybody here, I can almost guarantee, has listened to the interview that the Real World Police did with the victim. And I mean, it's just right up Jeremy's alley, right? Like, is anybody surprised that that's what Jeremy would do? I mean, he was running it like a boot camp. It's like, dude, what are you doing, bro? Tripping. So another thing I wanted to look at here was his currently registered vehicles. Now, I don't know if you guys remember before, but Jeremy had like 30 or 40 total vehicles. And so what I'm thinking is this is where he's getting his money from. He is hold on, I just saw something. Josh may end up on a very different type of video if you did. True. Yeah. So this is where I think he's getting the money to pay for Amir and for his bail and all that, because he had a ton of vehicles, tons. So now he is so much less. Now, John Claude, was it you, if you could write in the chat, was it you that was asking me to do the video about the military? I'm so sorry. I get so many emails and different things that I do, right? I'm emailing myself all the time, like, here's an idea, here's an idea. And I'm constantly doing that. So some of the stuff gets lost, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. I still have it. I still have that email, John Claude. I still have your email, and I still fully intend on doing that video. Now, here's another thing I wanted to go over in here. Orange. All right, look how often I search this. It comes right up first thing. Oh, come on now. Orange County, Florida Clerk's Office. All right. Let's go here. I want to show you guys his first arrest. I'm going to make another video about this because not everybody's going to come back and watch this live and watch me tinker around for 15 minutes while I'm figuring this out. In fact, I would be highly surprised if anybody whatsoever comes in here and actually watches this after this catastrophe, but hopefully after the next one. I do remember he's mentally ill. Remember the driving and paintball drills he did? Oh my god, yeah. He's such an idiot. Okay, so first off, look at all of these entries that he has. Who has this much? Now, I get it, a lot of them are civil infractions, but not all of them. Like, who has this many records? I have 0 records, right? I mean, I may have some old infractions from when I was young and stupid, but dude has 75. I was talking about this before, and this is just Orange County. Wait till we go to Osceola. And don't worry, I know I got a little ADD and I get a little sidetracked, but county clerk's office. I get a little sidetracked, but I just want to show you guys what I look at and what I'm looking at when I see this stuff. It is absolute insanity. Those records are a result of a mentally ill Jeremy being loose on the streets and not receiving medical care. True that. True that. Bro's tripping. All right, so let's go to Osceola. 41, I'll be 42 years old this year, about Jeremy's age, right? I probably have in my life 6 or 7 tickets, and none, 0 within the last, I don't know, so 25. So what is that, 16 years? Ay. All right, let's look up. So you guys can watch this stuff with me too. Like, so if you guys have time and you see anything in here, just go pop your head in here. You know, here we go. All right, we're gonna do name. So Dewitte, Jer Bear. There's a couple of you guys are on. Wendy's on it. I don't know if you guys know who Jessica Colton is, but she's she's in this private group that I'm in, and dude, she is on it too. Absolutely on it. Okay, so Jeremy just moved to Osceola County. He's lived in Orange County for most of his life, right? So you can see since he moved to Osceola County, these are all criminal charges. These are not infractions like they cover in Orange County. So this is an old one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So all of these new charges, 10 new charges since Jeremy's been there, which see, this one is that might be a traffic one since it's TR. But yeah, you just go in here and you can look and see everything that he's done. See his body count is probably higher than 75. Ashley Madison prison, definitely. Okay, yeah. So this one's a traffic, which are the TR. Those are traffic. These other ones are criminal, right? So okay, so let's go back to the Orange County clerk. His very first arrest at the bright age of 18 years old, because he's just 4 months. He was born in February of 1980. So he was barely 18 years old, right? Barely 18. June 26, 1998. And that might even be the adjudication date. Let me see. I don't know. That's when the case was brought. Okay. So we're going to click here. The complaint is so funny. And this is when Jeremy started his criminal career, right? So this was a felony. Yeah, that wasn't even me. This isn't my voice. Felony. Felony. You can't go into the military with a felony. You can't. Right, John Claude? Okay. Let's see. Admitted to allegations. Fucking moron. He drug it out forever, too. Okay, let's read the complaint. This complaint is really funny. Excuse me. Hey guys, how are the volume? Am I too loud? Am I too close? Am I too far? Let me know. Okay, let's see. Sounds okay. He would need a waiver, which they would not give. Yeah, they definitely would not for impersonating a law enforcement officer. Okay, smudge militia sounds good. Militia, I like your little icon, your little emoji thing. It's pretty cool. Okay, so a felony, and then charge 2 was petty theft. So that was what, $14 or $16 in gas or something like that. All right, so let's see. Falsely impersonating a law enforcement officer, still $14.50 in gas on June 11th, 1998. So yeah, he was 18 and 4 months and a day. At approximately, what is that, 3:15 hours, met with the complainant KJ blah 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 mobile gas station in reference to a theft, where he's the owner of the listed mobile gas station, and he, along with the witness cashier, advised me that the following sworn written statement. Okay, working behind the register, she noticed that a dark blue car that she thought was possibly a Ford Taurus pulled parallel with pump number 2 and attempted to pump some gas. The first thing Singleton noticed about the car was that it bore a large blue light on the front dashboard and a long antenna near the trunk. So he's been impersonating since he could drive. Singleton thought that this car was possibly an undercover or unarmed police car. Exited the, triangle, whatever that is, Jeremy. Exited the driver's side of the car and was wearing blue jeans and boots. Through the store window, Singleton saw that Jeremy was having difficulty activating the pump with his gas card. Feeling that he was probably a law enforcement officer, Singleton trusted Jeremy enough to manually activate the pump from inside the store. Jeremy then pumped 12.11 gallons of gas. Boy, that's like $1.10 a gallon. Those were the days, weren't they? Let's see. Okay. Where'd it go? 12.11 at gas into the car when he arrived in Singleton advised that the total price was $14.50. When Jeremy entered the store to pay, Singleton said that he was wearing a badge on his belt that she thought looked very similar to a sheriff's star. She also advised that he was wearing dark shades and he had brown hair. Well, that's a lie because he's a ginger. Initially, the suspect presented Singleton with a prepaid mobile Go card as payment. For an unknown person, Singleton learned that payment using this particular card had been denied, so she advised the suspect to present another form of payment. Suspect told Singleton that he had no other way to pay for the gasoline. And, yeah, that's just like Jeremy, too, to go full Karen. Like, if my card doesn't work, that's your fault, right? Singleton advised that the suspect that he was required to pay her and that she was not permitted to allow him to leave the premises without paying for the gas. The suspect then advised Singleton that he was a police officer, right? Not an explorer, but a police officer, and that he knew Singleton could not hold him. Singleton advised me that she knew that a police officer would not pump gasoline and then not be able to provide some type of payment. And then she requested that the suspect provide her with the state gasoline card. The suspect told her that he was called on the job, right? What is he on code 3 or something, or on 1086, whatever he says, early that morning, and that he left the house without it. Singleton advised me that her initial instinct was to call the cops. However, she decided to phone Rory at home first. Rory advised Singleton via telephone to copy down all of the personal information and then allow him to leave. Rory also spoke to the suspect on the phone, who identified himself as, Jer Bear. Suspect told Rory over the phone that Rory could deal with this problem in one of two. This is so Jeremy. You could deal with this problem in one of two ways. The suspect suggested that Rory could notify the police and phone this report in as a gas drive-off, in which case he would merely be slapped on the hand by his supervisor, or where he could allow the suspect to return on the same date at 1700 hours, 5 o'clock, and provide a payment for the gas. Believing that the suspect was truly a law enforcement officer, Rory agreed to the latter. Suspect then hung up the phone and provided Singleton with his full name, home address, date of birth, Florida driver's license number, and home telephone number. It's back when we had rotary phones. He also told Singleton that his work phone number is 424-2414. Should be noted that the telephone number to the Orlando Police Department complaint desk is 246-2414. So, it's sneaky. Singleton advised that the suspect then entered his car and left the premises and was last seen driving eastbound on West Colonial Drive, which is funny because that's actually where he got recently arrested, on Colonial. See a store receipt and amount of the gasoline stolen, along with store video surveillance tape contains the suspect's photograph, were seized and entered into OPD property, and the evidence under blah, 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 due to the fact that the suspect's birthday is 2/10/80. He is ineligible to be a sworn law enforcement officer in the state of Florida. Therefore, any claim that the suspect made in regards to being a police officer was false, which is true. I think you have to be 19 or 20 or maybe even 21. And could you imagine if Jeremy actually became a police officer? Like he managed to keep his nose clean for, say, like a year or two before that. I mean, what a fucking nightmare he would have been. That suspect was truly a police officer and was expecting payment for the gasoline at the time. As of the date, suspect still has not returned to the store, nor had he made any attempt to pay for the gasoline. Rory advised me that the gasoline on behalf of Mobile... Oop, hold on, guys. I got someone knocking at my door. Hold on 1 second. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see. Any attempt to pay for the gasoline, where he asked me that he would like to press charges for the theft of the gasoline on behalf of Mobile. Singleton advised that she knows the suspect's identity. It should be noted that the suspect is listed as a suspect in a similar case under OPD case number. Although the suspect reportedly did not claim to be a police officer in that case, he did have at-large charges filed on him for the theft of gasoline from another Mobile gas station. See, he would never... Let's see. It's Jeremy. He would never have made it through the interview process and psychological evaluations, and he wouldn't have passed the written exam as he is functionally illiterate. He would never be a cop. That's probably true. This is when he would have been formally charged for imprisonment. Yeah. Hypothetically, let's say Dewitte returned and paid for the fuel. Do you think he would have got away with it? Yes, I do, actually. He's pretty convincing to some people. I mean, I could read his BS, but I mean, people seem to buy it. I don't know why. But I think it's funny that he did this more than once. In that case, Dewitte claimed to be employed as a security guard, right? So he's such a psychopath. Security guard at the Palms Apartments in the 1400 block Mercy Drive. Singleton remembered that as a suspect drove away, she obtained Florida driver's license plate. Dodge Shadow 4-door, such a turd car. Let's see. On 6/25/98 at 15:15 hours, I with Deputy Sheriff Reist attempted to make contact with the suspect at his residence. Upon arrival, I saw a blue 4-door Shadow bearing Florida tag parked in the driveway of the suspect's residence. It bore flashing lights in the windshield and rear window, both in strobe and rotating format. The vehicle's trunk also bore 3 large metal antennas. The tag is a Police Athletic League PAL tag. Upon making contact with the suspect, he was immediately placed under arrest without incident. Now, I guarantee you Jeremy bought that specific car because it had a police tag on it. Guaranteed. Upon placing my handcuffs on the suspect, an unknown white male, claiming to be Jeremy's stepfather, yelled from inside the suspect's house, "Jeremy, you're a fucking liar. You told me that Mobile was the last one." That Mobile was the last one. Although the suspect initially denied any knowledge of a problem at Mobile, he later completed a sworn written statement after a post-Miranda interview. In his statement, the suspect admitted that he did not pay for the gasoline and has not paid since that date of the incident. He also admitted to displaying a gold Oviedo Police Explorer's badge when Singleton requested an alternative form of payment. Suspect included his post-Miranda statement that he vaguely recalled his statement to Singleton upon showing her the badge. He told me that either identified himself as a police explorer or police officer explorer, but he was not sure which. Bullshit. As the suspect was escorted to my patrol car, the suspect's stepfather handed me the suspect's wallet, which he stated was the suspect's driver's license. Before I could allow the wallet to enter into whatever that is, CBD with the remainder of his property, I had to search it for contraband. Upon opening the wallet, I saw that it contained a gold badge that bore the lettering Oviedo, Florida Police Explorer. The wallet and the badge were seized and entered into evidence under blah, blah, blah. Due to the fact that the suspect's vehicle was used during the commission of a felony, the vehicle was seized for forfeiture. So that vehicle could be towed. I inventoried its condition and contents. Behind the driver's seat on the floor was a blue plastic box. Inside the box was that uncladded Smith & Wesson Model 686 revolver, Jeremy's kill kit. Also in the box were 6 .38 caliber rounds and 2 speed loaders. For safekeeping, the box and all of its contents were entered into OPD property and evidence under blah, blah, blah. The suspect was charged as stated. Is this not crazy? Yeah, only known family member to call him out. You really can't make this up. You really can't make it up. And this is by far my favorite thing about Jeremy is that his very first arrest, he was a shitbag from the beginning, just a complete turd, and I'm here for it. Oh man, unloaded Smith and Wesson, 38. It's just crazy. Anyway, you guys like that story? Was it a good one? It's from the Annals of Jeremy. I'm thinking about making a video about how we got here. How did we get to this crazy place where Jeremy is so screwed up? You know, how did we get here? Keep in mind, these are just the times he was caught. Oh, totally. Totally. And the first one he got away with because he didn't have enough information on. So he was only charged in the one, but he matched all the suspect details for the other one. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, let's go back this way. Does anybody know the year that he had his assault? I got drunk in a bar and yeah, fake ID, right? Like, cause that's Jeremy, right? Jeremy's the type of guy that's he's gonna check. Does anybody actually believe that Jeremy checked? Man, I wish I could invite you guys to this. Invite guests to the studio. I wonder if I can. Guests can stream this into their own destinations. I also want to share instructions. You can have a total of 10 people on screen at once. Huh. Sorry, I'm just figuring this out. I had to download all new drivers and everything just to get the video and the audio to work properly. It's been a whole ordeal, but I appreciate you guys being patient with me. Wendy's my soldier, man. Wendy waited for, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes while I was messing around with it earlier. And a couple other people too. But Wendy was like, I'm here 10 minutes early, and I'm over here messing around trying to get this thing to work. Oh, man. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see. He lived with her. He didn't meet her in a bar. The whole story was a lot. Yeah, he lived with her in that house. And he basically had her on a military regiment. I mean, just the creepiest thing you could imagine. He had her on a military regiment, like getting up, working out. I mean, doing all this creepy stuff. And it's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, how did you get that way? That's what I want to know. It's just wild. That's right. And her brother. Oh yeah, at least 3 times. I think it was ongoing, John Claude. I think he did it at least 3 times. At least. Now, there's another place that shows you another thing that disproves his Florida Department of Corrections. Believe this is it, where you can look up and see how long he's been in, how long he spent in prison, and it just totally flies in the face of his actual. I was in the military is just complete horseshit. Search all correction. Or maybe it's under sex offender registry. It's in one of them. Let's see, Dewitte. I found it before. Sometimes he keeps the. Sometimes he'll do that. Submit a request. Yeah, you know, it must be on here. Let's see. Let's go to a search here. There's one of them that. Oh, maybe it's here. So this is what I do when I'm researching. Not too deep, but do you think Jeremy and Dylan are abused when they were younger? Because didn't? Yes, he did. Dylan did. He did. And there's a lot of weird things that kind of go on with them. Let's see if I can search. Let's see. Hold on, maybe this is it. Yeah, part of me wonders sometimes, okay, did Jeremy, did something happen to him and Dylan? They got a lot of weird stuff going on in their family. Okay, so here he is. All right, let's see what Jer Bear's got in here. Medium custody. All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so this one is good. So prior prison history. So he spent 4 years, right, for that thing with the girl. He spent a year and 10 months for impersonating a police officer. Yeah, so 10-1 offense date. So it happened in 2004. Sentence 7/20/2005 and got out 6/18/2010. So he spent 5 years and 10 months in prison, right? Total? Yep, 1 year, 1 day here. And then let's see. So he was in custody from September 16, 2003 to 3/13, 2004, then 7/26 to 5. And the guy's just always in jail. This last time he did less than a year, which is bullshit. Lake County. Oh, Lake County. Lake County Sheriff's Office. Does anybody know about that one? You look sexy. Oh, how he's so weird. Lake County. I wonder. Does anybody know about Jeremy's arrest in Lake County? I think I've looked this one up before. I don't know if I want that. Okay, I'll have to look this up when you guys are. Let's see if this says real quick. I feel like I've looked this up before. I feel like I cut my past videos. He didn't pay. Oh, that's right. The poly test. That's right. They say I'm pretty sure. I knew I had put this in a video, Lake County, but this was an arrest though, in custody. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Is it here? Yeah. Okay. Lake County in custody. 10/22/21 and got out. 9 months later. So he had to do something. He was arrested from jail, then let out on bond. Alright. Enter last name. Alright, let's see. Jeremy. What? Weird. Enter the name, last name, first name. Come on, Jerry Bear, where are you? Huh. Well, looks like they're all criminals. Okay. I'm not going to bother with that anymore, but you get the point. Jeremy's full of crap. Spends all this time in prison, jail. So his stories of being in Fallujah, when we didn't even go into Fallujah for those type of operations till about 2005, and Jeremy was in prison, right? That was before he ran a clean business for 15 years, Here's the part that gets me, right? 12 to 15, like, bro, what is wrong with you? What, like, how did that even, like, cross your mind? Have to be outside your mind. Okay. All right. Well, we've managed to spend a little over an hour. Thank you guys so much for taking the time with me. Like I said, if you guys want to donate to the GoFundMe, I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat one more time. I need to find out who Glenn Epis is because I really appreciate them. If you guys want to donate $5, whatever, to help the cause, I'd really appreciate it. If not, no big deal. But I'm going to be doing another one on Saturday. So tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time. So I'm in California. So Pacific Standard Time is, 3 hours difference from the East Coast, just depending on where you are. Wendy, are you in California right now? I know you're supposed to go to San Diego or Carlsbad. Texas. All right. Oh man, I'm so jealous. I want some barbecue. I was watching this thing on TikTok the other day, and they had these Brits went to this barbecue restaurant, and it looked absolutely amazing. But yeah, so I'm going to try and get out there on the 15th. I Thank you. You enjoy the rest of your day too. Everybody have a great day. Thank you guys so much for sitting through this with me. I know it was a pain getting this going, but I mean, I'm so proud of myself right now. You have no idea. I can't believe I actually made this work. So this is so cool. So it's either going to be 12 or 1. I got to find out. I preliminary scheduled it for 12 because my daughter has a birthday party in the morning that I got to take her to and do all that nonsense. But it should be 12 at the latest, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really, really appreciate it. You guys have no idea. So thank you, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, okay?